Hey everybody, Brian here from Fitzpatrick. So I want to show you this car here. This is a Mazda. It is what's called a CX-5 and it's a Platinum 2.2 diesel. So what we're going to do in this video is have a look around the features on the outside and the inside of the car, and we're going to go for a drive in the car as well. If there's any information you want on the car, 086 843 1945, call, text, WhatsApp if you want information about the car, or if you want information about trading in the car, scrapping a car, or finance, or whatever you want to know. So I think I'll start off just having a look at some of the features I really like on the outside of the car, and then we'll get into the cabin, have a really quick look around the inside of the cabin, and then we're going to go for a drive as well. So stuff I really like on these cars, look at these headlights. They are super cool. Nice daytime runners in through there, and then the daytime running lights, which are also parkers, are here, and then you get this nice xenon headlight in through here, and these become a nice LED in terms of the front fog light as well. The grille on these cars is really big and mean looking. So it really kind of dominates the front end of the car. I think there was a facelift on these cars around maybe 2018, same as the Mazda 6, and they got this much nicer front end. It's real sleek, real modern looking. And the wheels in this car, because of the Platinum then, it actually gets a 19-inch alloy wheel. And it's not the usual kind of diamond cut wheel that you see on a lot of cars these days, which is, you know, it is nice, but it is fairly common. These are more of a kind of a shadow chrome kind of effect. So they have a kind of, you know, shiny reflective finish, but it's not the kind of usual diamond cutting that you see on absolutely everything these days. So I like the wheels. They're really, really nice in terms of the finish that's on them. The rear of the car again gets a really nice kind of actual LED light in through here. So here, and again that kind of round section. Actually, when you're driving behind these at night time, it kind of looks like two sort of eyes and two eyebrows looking back at you, but in a kind of really cool, mean looking way. Maybe they all get it, but this Platinum here does have nice privacy glass on the rear, and what's really nice then on this car, we'll see when we get into it, it's got a sunroof as well. The entry in terms of the car, actually one clever feature, so when you get out of the car, it actually locks itself. So I mean, keyless entry is in a lot of cars these days, that's fine, but in terms of getting in and out, and normally what happens is you kind of go up and you push a button, which is like this one here, so you can do the same with this to allow you to get in. But I presume if I put my hand in, no, actually press the button, it unlocks it. But this one's clever, it's intelligent enough that when you walk away, it locks itself. In terms of, just as I look at it here, parking sensors are going to be standard on the front and the back, and there's a nice big camera. We'll have a look at that on the inside. A lot of these cars, I actually thought this car the first time I looked at it, I thought it was more of a dark navy because it's a really, really kind of common colour in them. But this is a solid black. I actually think black is really nice. And like I was saying to you, I don't see black too much in them, so I think that's a good thing. So we sell Honda at the garage and we sell Hyundai at the garage, and there's lots of popular SUVs, things like Sportages and Tucsons. What I used to like about Hondas was they're a little bit different, and I think Mazda is the same as well. It's something that you don't see as commonly, and I always like that, something that's just a little bit different than some of the other kind of common cars you'll see on the road. The key is a kind of a keyless setup like what we saw already, so you can open the boot with it. And what's nice on these then is they get a power tailgate as well. The car, we have not cleaned this car. Like if you watch any of these videos, I'm in a habit at the moment of taking in super tidy cars. This is the same, so nice boot liner in there which actually protects the boot underneath. Look at this, how cool this is along here. You see the way the parcel shelf that was there, it actually pulls up and is joined to the back, the boot lid, and then when you close it down, it goes back into place. So obviously that provides privacy, but it's really cool the way, so you can't see it obviously, it's really cool the way that's done. So it doesn't mean that, but like, what I mean is, normally in a normal car you will open up boot and you got a parcel shelf that's along here. Like, what's neat about that is it automatically comes out of the way. I've actually seen that on a car before, so that's very cool. In terms of the inside, so there's a nice leather finish with kind of a copper type of stitching on it. Piano black over here, nice chrome effects in through here, and then I'm actually not sure what you would call that material there, but it's quite cool looking. Again, that kind of copper stitching in through the way. The seats on this car are ridiculously tidy, like really, really ridiculously tidy. So the interior condition of the car is absolutely perfect. Drinks holders and storage and all that kind of stuff, and then some ventilation in through here as well. But in terms of the interior condition of this car, it you can never say it won't be faulted, but I cannot see any blemishes, so it's really nice. It reminds me of the Volkswagen actually in a way. The reason I say that is the seat is kind of high when you get into it, and you sit kind of tall, but the floor well is a little bit deeper. So again, look, that might be in my head, but that's how it feels. This is the headroom I have at 6 foot. This is the leg room sitting behind myself at 6 foot as well. And obviously 3 head restraints, 3 3-point safety belts, Isofix, yeah, down and along through there on both sides. But again, without harping on it, the condition is super nice on the seating there. Along here, same kind of materials here, electrics for windows and mirrors, obviously, folding mirrors and things like that. It's got memory seats, so you got electric adjustment on the seat backwards and forwards, lumbar support for lower back. The peripheral edges of the seat here are the ones that wear normally on leather seats. They are perfect. And then you can set, so you have different drivers. Driver 1 can be here, and then driver 2 has different settings, so you can store them along through there. Very, very cool. Over here, just stuff like the power tailgate, parking sensors on and off, lane departure warning, traction control, and the stop-start function. I am a bit old school, so I really love a sunroof in a car, and they're getting really rare. So it's just so nice to be in a car with a sunroof, and it's really great for showing just how grey your hair is. So sitting in the cabin then, we've seen the controls over here and here. These are cruise control functions, and it's adaptive as well, so you can kind of tell the car how far you want to be behind the car in front. One thing about this is, and it's kind of almost impossible just with the way I can see it over here, and it's difficult to see. You might see a little flicker in through there, but the camera just doesn't pick it up. That's my speed zone, and that's also the speed, and then that's also showing you how far you've decided to stay behind the cars in front if you're using cruise control. Usual stuff over here, Bluetooth and radio controls and things like that. Nice big clocks in through here. This is just the lane departure I've turned off, and then we can toggle through trip information here. Wipers will be automated, lights will be automated, stop start button is down through here instead of a key. And the infotainment system then sits up here. So first of all, like we said, I got parking sensors front and rear. I got a camera in through here. One thing you'll find when you sit in the car, when your arm rests here, you have to normally reach at radios and things like that. So this is clever, and I've seen this in like BMWs and Audis and stuff like that, and I kind of understand it now. So when you're going into it, you're actually toggling from here. So it's actually very comfortable. Like the volume button is in an area that just makes complete sense, and I never really thought about it until I kind of sat in and drove the car. Armrest in through here with some USB connectors, more storage, drinks holders obviously down through there, electronic park brake in through here. Different temperatures on each side of the car because it's dual zone climate, and it has heated seats on the front, and it has a heated steering wheel. The radio appears to be high spec on this, so it's a Bose stereo system, which is pretty nice. So there's speakers there, and then you have these Bose tweeters built into the A-pillars up through here as well. So overall, there's a really good stereo in the car as well. In terms of how it drives, well, I suppose like all SUVs, it feels high off the ground. I feel higher in this car compared to a Tucson or a Sportage. I'm not sure, I never looked at auto dimensions just to see if it's higher physically, but it feels higher, I think it is, than the Tucsons and Sportages. The gear shift is lovely. Every single modern Mazda from like about 2016 onwards I've ever driven has a really nice gear shift on it. And this is the last 2.2 diesel, well, okay, maybe it's not the last, but it feels like one of the very last 2.2 big torquey diesel engines you can get. 150 horsepower, to be fair, not bad in fuel and decent on road tax as well, but it's got to be one of the last big diesel engines that you're going to be able to buy. And in terms of how it sits on the road, you know, it handles nice, it's fine. But one thing I really noticed, the cabin is super quiet. Compared to some of the other cars we sell, I am really impressed by how, when you're driving this on the road, just how quiet the cabin is compared to some other cars in a similar segment in the market. You see it drives good. That's electrochromatic actually. One other thing I forgot to mention is on that car, the passenger seat is electrically adjustable. Not that it's a massive thing, but it's fairly friggin' rare these days. Electrical adjustable and height adjustable as well, because there's nothing worse than the driver being able to sit up high and the passenger then having to sit low in an SUV. So both people can be very similar. In terms of safety after that, obviously there's side impact protection bag or airbags, curtain airbags, front airbags. But these days, let's face it, all these big SUVs, big steel side impact protection bars, they're all very, very safe now anyway. So there you have it. That is our 2019 Mazda CX-5 Platinum Diesel. If you want any more information you want on the car, 086 843 1945. If you want to ask about trading in a car, even scrapping a car, finance, whatever it is. Hopefully the video is useful. Hopefully the car is of interest. Thanks for watching.